Completely ruined that take. We're going to start by reading GM 2015. How ironic that Hillary would be treated like she's some feminist martyr. She got to where she did by acquiring power through her husband, and she repeatedly covered up for him. And when things got tough, she uses emotion, something that Spock has no emotions in Star Trek. Horrible. She got a Senate seat in New York after she said that Bill had left her broken-hearted, like Tom Petty in the Super Bowl. Now that Obama seems to be getting in her way, she uses emotion again. You know what's funny is, I think that Mrs. Clinton has a really good chance on winning because GM 15 made a good point that the other candidates are just not doing well. Also, Michael Goodwin, you made a very important point in your story here, or your post. This is from January 13th, Sunday. This is a recent thing here. And Mrs. Clinton, when she was asked that question, I would have to compare that performance to Tony Romo's fourth quarter performance. Below all the false starts on the offensive lines, below all the hand checks and punching after the whistles, when you're all NFL players and you all did graduate from prominent universities and you have to go and pass all the courses to get your diploma in the first place, I found that the lack of discipline on the Dallas Cowboys and the way they played had to stoop at the same level as Mrs. Clinton crying at the diner. This is horrible. You know, the dairy farmers and the dairy farmers. Anyway, we're going to be talking about the French people, and we're going to wrap up our broadcast pretty much on 4 takes. I pretty much just want to laugh at French people one more time. Anyway, check out these people. They're from France. 1, 2, okay, there's some people. And good job, Michael Goodwin, on the report. Let's read one more comment from Perry M. Do you really need to elect a crying, whining, sniveling U.S. president to prove that the world can elect a female to the job? What happens when Mrs. Clinton has a tough day and sobs to the press that this job is just as hard as mathematics in school? Will the thugs, dictators, and despots of the world cry in sympathy? Mrs. Clinton should be disqualified by the electorate. I'm not going to read anymore because a lot of these people are opinionated, and some of these opinions are good, but they go on, and they're actually attacking her by her gender, not her crying. So what I wanted to do is put a Roy Orbison song here and dedicate the song Crying over you, crying from Roy Orbison to Mrs.